All right, well, thank you so much for watching the People's Daily OGTV 25 UHF. This is our discussion segment, and this morning we are looking first at the legal profession, the judiciary sector of the Nigerian country. It's a new legal year, and we want to look at what legal year actually means, and the next horizon for Nigerian judiciary, after the celebration today. Today in Ogun State, the year will be celebrated with Jumat and church services and some other programs. We have in the studio with us this morning the frontline lawyer in Ogun State, Barrister Kayode Akishola, is joining us this morning. Good morning, Barrister.
Good morning, Biodun. It gladdens my heart to be here. Good morning, Nigerians.
Great to have you join us. Now, we always hear new legal year. We are illiterates of...
You are educated. By venture, you are not learned.
Okay, maybe. What does it actually entail? What does it mean when you say new legal year?
Yeah. When you talk about new legal year, within the judiciary arm of government, being the third tier of government, it's like the resumption of new session.
Okay.
Now, naturally, we wind up anything that we are doing between July and August.
Okay.
We'll now have a vacation judge, like one, who will listen or air urgent matters. The rest, lawyers, judges, all of them, they go on vacation in August. Now, by the time till the early September, by the time we will get to September of every year, we resume a new legal year. And that is the reason why I want to really, I want to welcome my brothers and my colleagues, as well as the judges, to the new legal year. Some of us today will be at the St. Peter Church Cathedral Arcade to do service. We'll be at Kobiti, the mosque Central Mosque. Then we'll have several sitting into the new legal year. So we do that annually, and it's as good as we are starting on a new slate this time.
What happens to justice dispensation when you're on vacation?
Yes, I just mentioned it, that during those periods, it's only urgent issue that will be attended to by one vacation judge. A vacation judge will be sitting.
Okay.
Now, by the time, take for example, by the time the rest are resuming, maybe that will be when that vacation judge will go on the leave. You understand? So that's the way we normally do it. So the dispensation of justice is something that goes on by the time we are on vacation.
Now, for Ogun State, justice dispensation in Ogun State, how has it been for you? The challenges, I know that you just came back from one strike, the union, and all of that.
If I must mention, let me start it from the national outlook. We have actually not really had it fair to some of us who are private practitioners. Now, we had the JOSO strike, nationwide strike, that lasted for about 3 months. As we are resuming from that, that was when the JOSO Ogun State chapter started theirs. That too lasted for about 2 months or thereabouts. Now, they have called up the strike last week, and they are resuming now. Now, basically, the justice dispensation in Ogun State is something that will rate above average. Now, we usually say that justice delayed is justice denied. For example, if you file a case, I have a matter that I filed in Lagos High Court since 2016. People have not given their testimonies. 2016. Whereas, if you come to Ogun State, matters could be as fast as 3 months, 6 months in High Court. I've appeared before Justice Onofowokon here in Ogun State. Within less than 3-4 months, the matter was dispensed of, and we called about 6-7 witnesses on both parties. So, in a way, the justice dispensation in Ogun State, when it comes to speed, we can really rate Ogun State's justice system, averagely, beyond average. But when you talk about the evolution of digital world, yes, we have started, but we can't be compared to what is obtainable in Lagos. Lagos have enough resources to do some of those things. Though we too, we do like teleconferencing here, where you'll be in the comfort of your house, and you can sit down there and you give your testimony, and the judges will be at the other end. You understand? So it was the intervention of COVID that brought about this innovation, and in a way, it's something that we are trying to get in. Another thing that is yet to be done in Ogun State, peradventure, is e-filing. You know, you will be in the comforts of your house where you pay for your DSTV, you pay for your light and the likes of it. I don't really think we've started doing some things in that direction. But we believe with the Attorney General, with what we have spoken to him, and with some of the intentions that the Chief Judge of Ogun State 2 has actually made us to realize, we believe that the current governor is going to support the judiciary arm of government to enable them to achieve some of these deliverables.
Okay, talking about the deliverables, you're celebrating the legal year. That's the beginning of the legal year. And of course, many Nigerians would also be wondering, what is the need for us at this stage? What is it that would constitute the...
Now, when you look at the history of judiciary in Nigeria, one thing we've been able to do, we have sustained the democracy in this nation. Without judiciary arm of government, there is no, our democracy will have, been crumbled by now. And without democracy, either the legislators or the executive arm of the government, none of them can really function. Now, only this year, a court of competent jurisdiction has looked at federal government in their eye and tell them what you have done in the House of Sunday Igboho is wrong. Go and pay compensation. That is justice. So without justice system, some of those things that are wrong, even either on the part of the government or fellow individuals, will not be redressed. In a way, the expectations that we should be having, that we believe we should have more now, is to enable us to start from where we are to where we are supposed to be. The dispensation of justice, the speed at which we do it. In Ogun State, we have a multi-door center. If you don't want to go through the whole hog of you spending 4 years, 2 years at the High Court, you go to Court of Appeal, you spend another 4 years, you go to Supreme Court, you spend another 2 years or 6 years, as the case may be. Why not come to multi-door? Let's discuss these issues. Can we negotiate? Can we agree? Then let's sign.
Is it out of court?
Yes, that's out of court.
Resolution.
Out of court resolution. In a way, that is good. However, the area in which we might need to begin to look right now is the appointment of the judges and as well as the magistrates. To an individual that will be elevated into such office, industry is of great essence. Integrity is very, very important. Don't forget that they can't go on strike, just like police. The judges cannot say, oh, we are going on strike. If you don't pay them and they are not well remunerated, and those people that have chosen some other call of life, they could afford their children's school fees, they could afford vacation and the rest of it, and they cannot afford it. There is no how that the course of justice will not be perverted. So the appointment goes beyond is the daughter of or is the son of. To be a lawyer alone can be tiring when clients begin to call you. You are sleeping when somebody says, lawyer, I want to let me. Oh. Another person will call you that you need to be in Abuja. The stress is there. Not to now talk of you being a judge. You will listen to matters that doesn't concern you. You will need to deliver, and they will be writing on longhand. They will need to deliver the judgment in the open. Some judgments can take like 30, 40 pages. There are occasions that they will need to deliver like 5, and they have deadlines. So in a way, the appointment and the welfare of those judicial officers must be well taken care of. We understand that their funds come from Abuja. However, any other thing that needed to be done by the governor need to be considered.
Okay, you talked about the fact that the judiciary has been able to maintain and of course sustain democracy till this moment, and of course that's kudos to you. And some people would say that we have to also ask the questions of how you've been able to do this to this point. And yes, we have different issues all over the country. Before now, we're also talking about corruption in the different part of our institutions and all that. And judiciary is also not left out. So are we expecting a new form of judiciary after this celebration?
Thank you, Simiat. We must appreciate something. Any of the agency of government, any of the sector in Nigeria, And whatever thing that is being done by them is a reflection of the society that we have found ourselves. Now, you discover that today in Nigeria, what we call that national integrity, national consciousness is no longer there. You hear the way our political leaders, the way and manner in which they run the affair of this nation, you get tiring. The call to service, that spirit in you will be killed in a way. Now, I wouldn't come here and tell the whole world that, everybody at the judiciary, they are saints, or all the judges are saints. I can't come here and tell you that. Because they are also Nigerians. They are also Nigerians.
And they live in the same environment.
And they live in the same environment.
Influenced by that environment.
Yes, influenced by environment. Something happened. I have a friend of mine who was appointed a judge in southeastern Nigeria. And recently I was speaking to him. He's from a royal home. And he said, God forbid that I will deliver a judgment against any king or against any stool. When I heard that, I felt, what did you just say?
Because from a royal family.
For the fact that you are from a royal family, that's a bias from the beginning. We can't say because a king is in existence and the person takes, your wife away and he's saying, okay, I've done no wrong. You understand? We need to be sincere and honest. You understand? Yes. You understand? Now, you're going to court, to such courts, you know what is expected. You know the outcome of what the judgment will look like. You understand? So, in a way, all these biases, during appointment of some of them, has to be looked into. Okay. The background check. And the appointment and the selection should not be influenced. It should be based on merit. It should be based on merit. Before anybody could be appointed a judge in Nigeria, he will have practiced the business of law for a minimum of 10 years. In conduct of such a thing, you will be able to determine whether this person is industrious. How far about the integrity? All of these things must be looked into, and it must pass through thorough checks. So when people are writing petition or they are saying these people shouldn't, it is not out of animosity. Such complaints must be looked into so that we have justice that is free and fair in the Nigeria of ours.
The topic of this discussion is new legal year and the next horizon for the judiciary. I'd like to take you, Barrister Akinshola, back to the Igbo issue. So many Nigerians, because we also hear that the federal government is going to appeal that judgment.
They've appealed already.
So many Nigerians, are saying that it won't happen, that the federal government will win the case in the long run. And I think that's their perspective of judiciary or perception of Nigerian judiciary. How does that make you feel as a member of that tribe?
Yes, I will answer your question. But before that, there are things that happen in the society where money tends to influence the very best of hands, particularly when it comes to justice system. I will explain. Now, for you to get the very best of lawyer that will stand for you, it's going to be costly. Before now, we used to have the likes of late Chief Toye Koka, Gani Fawemi, who will appear in court that for this reason, I'm doing this matter free of charge. Then I'll follow it to a logical conclusion. It's a conviction. But I'm sorry, let me go, a bit dialectical now. Everything seems cloudy. Now, I'll now come back to your question. Now, what is being done at the Court of Appeal and the Supreme Court can hardly be upturned if the lawyers who are to represent Igbo knows their onions. Because you will have extended pleadings, you will have given your testimony. They only adopt the power, the way you write, the way you are able to argue your case is what you will adopt when you get to Court of Appeal and the Supreme Court. Now, I do not want to agree that federal government will have its way. If the lawyers who are to represent Igbo, they know their onions, and they know some of those lawyers who are supposed to handle such matters by the time it gets to the Court of Appeal and the Supreme Court. But I do not want to agree. It's still under our democracy that we saw instances where the Lagos state government, they took federal government to court over the issue of allocation. They defeated federal government. The courts in Nigeria said, go and pay them their money. These are the roles of the judiciary and dispensation of justice system. So I do not want to agree, because I've seen people saying it's going to come out like this. If you go to court, this is what to expect. No. No.
Okay. Nigerians, believe that the only hope that we have right now is the judiciary, and of course, like you have said, the different decisions are being made by the political actors or the gladiators in the country is actually influencing why we are where we are at the moment. So we would like you to also tell us a bit about how politicians now, they are also in your institutions. They are part of the system. They also do most of these things. And you talked about merit being what would make us deliver justice to a reasonable extent. So how do you look at all of these issues?
Now,
the intricacies of having them in the middle?
Okay, many things are wrong the way we do things. I will give an instance. The individual that will appoint the chief judge or any judge in the state will be governor, but subject to the recommendation of the National Judicial Council. Now, if a governor, just like IG, if a governor appoints a judge, there is a way they tend to have influence or who will go in. Don't forget that the governor is a politician. If they need to appoint, make some other appointments, there is a way those politicians tend to. We are not saying political leaders shouldn't. Anybody that will be coming must be people of impeccable character, people that are industrious. Because one of the reasons why we tend to be in court for 4 or 5 years is because when the judges tend not to know what they're supposed to do. There are times that lawyers will want to come with one application. In order to frustrate the case, they come to court to take adjournment. The judge should be able to come, say, this one, I must go on today. And this is, I've actually seen among the judges in Ogun State, in all fairness. Unlike, their brothers in the next neighboring states. They won't even call you that the court will not be sitting. The judge will just say, oh, I'm not going to office today. And you have dockets of cases. They are supposed to just go on, dispense them as quick as possible, let everybody know their fate. There are times that people will take issues to court, peradventure over a property or something. The property will have got dilapidated, everything will have gone off. Even when we are talking about criminal cases, the witnesses will have died, they will have transferred the police officers, and in a way, the justice will be denied.
So at this celebration, are these challenges of yours going to be tabled and reviewed? And of course, we expect a better service delivery.
Yes, we've been having bar and bench, what we call bar and bench forum. Lawyers and judges sit together. How do you think we can do this thing better than the way we are currently doing it? Don't forget, some of these things, they will grow over the years. I'm very sure that during the era of Babawolowo and Akintola, we are now having a virtual hearing. Today we have it. During their own time, we don't have what they call front-loading. Front-loading simply means don't spin surprises. Everything that you want to bring to court, write it in your paper, then file it. Let the other person read it. It too will answer. So the judge will just read both to compare notes and form judgment based on that. That is faster. So these are things that we are having. These are revolutions that we are having. And we believe that one day we'll have a justice system in Nigeria.
You said don't spring surprises. So lawyers cannot, a defender of a case cannot actually spring surprise in the court anymore.
Now, you can spring surprise. The only area in which you should spring surprise will be when the witness is in the witness box.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So there are things that you could do by the time the witness, but as far as the fact of the case is concerned, let them put it in paper. You understand? And there are so many other training that we have received that in a way, if we put a witness in the box, it will be easier. It will be very hard for such witness to tell lies. You understand? There are other questions that could be asked that in a way you won't even know the right answer to give. You understand? Once you have the full grasp, maybe I can just give an example. If I ask you, Biodun, have you stopped stealing? Yes or no? You can't answer yes, you can't answer no. You understand? All those things are part of our trainings. You understand?
Okay.
That is not the answer to the question that I asked you. You understand? So it depends on how good the lawyer is, the understanding of your case. And by the time you get to court, you know the disposition of the judge, and that's what makes a good lawyer.
Mr. Kayode, we must thank you so much for coming on this program this morning. I wish you and your colleagues success in today's celebration. Simultaneous services
yes,
in the church and in the mosque, and I think there are other programs.
Yes, thank you so much, because I need to go and join them at St. Peter Arcade, so I need to go and rope, you understand, so we'll join them. And we want to use this medium to appeal to the media too. They should help us with records. There is a way, if the media, as the fourth estate, they are doing the investigative journalism, they are working on records, there is a way it helps the society. There is a way it helps the judiciary. So in a way, all of these are part of the role of the media in helping us to dispense justice.
Thank you so much for coming. We'll be having Barrister Kayode in the studios. We'll be looking at a new legal year and the next horizon for the judiciary. He actually put me on the spot. Biodun, have you stopped stealing? I couldn't answer it. Thank you so much for coming.
It's a pleasure.
We'll take this break. When we return, we have our next guest and the next topic in the studio. Stay with us.